Okay, so I did a video about my psych and prog, and I'm down here in the listening area basement where I keep most of my records, and I'm listening to Ornette Coleman, and I just thought like maybe I'll show some more records if you don't mind. And please comment. I think I inactivated the comments last time, so if you have any questions about the last video, you can put them here or just PM me, you know. But I thought of showing you the jazz, and I mean not everything, but I can begin from start. I mean on A and just keep going. So the first one is this. It's Stefan Abelin Quintet Persepolis, which is one of the absolute best Swedish jazz records in my opinion. This is fantastic record. This is the Japanese reissue from I think the 2000s. Okay, so moving on, this is John Abercrombie's Timeless with John Hammer and Jack DeJohnette. A very good ECM record in my opinion. Worth checking out at least. Okay, so the next one, John Abercrombie, also on David Hall and Jack DeJohnette, Getaway or Gateway? Gateway. 75, recorded in Germany. This is gonna take forever, but... And also John Abercrombie and Ralph Towner, Sargasso C. It's been a while since I played this. 76. I mean, I bought this back in the day. I bought these for, I mean, two euro, maybe $2, like $2. I don't think I've bought any ECM record really for a lot of money. I also have the Music Matters version of Something Else by Cannonball Adderley. I got this as a VCLT from Bracca P-Dub. Awesome gift. And I also have this Cannonball Adderley's I Got It Bad and That Ain't Good. This is one of the worst jazz records I've ever heard. I actually have it for sale on my Discogs page. That's why I don't have a sleeve for it, because it's not going to be a part of my collection very long. Also Adderley Quintet and Orchestra. This is with, if I remember correctly, there's a pretty good lineup here. Different, yeah, David Axelrod is producing it. Shit, come on. Lalo Schifrin is on this also. Joe Savignol maybe. Okay. Uro, the Freedom Drums of Africa. The African Union Band featuring talking drum. This is pretty good world jazz. Got it for $1. And then we got Harold Alexander Raw Root. This is awesome. This was recommended by Van the Man back in the day, early VC times. This and Moon Rapping, and I got them both when I was in Stockholm to visit Anders and go to concerts many years ago now. Great, fantastic record, fantastic jazz record. And then we go with Rashid Ali, Frank Love Duo Exchange, one of my favorite jazz records. Great free jazz, just mind-blowing energy, really awesome. Yeah, Mose Allison. I don't have much to say about Mose Allison. I don't think it's very good or interesting. I've sold one of his records. That's the only one I have left, and the classic Guts to Have It. Then we go to Anders Signal and Sounds records. So here's Anders Alén Unit, Lines and Dots. And then we have Brenda Broar, Ray på Vinden. Great record. Corrections Wing. William Romandes Initiativ, Allt åt alla. Se och hör, se mig, hör mig, känn mig. And the last one, Sol, Unaccustomed Soil. And I actually am ashamed to say I lack the last one that they released. But I'm gonna buy that. Also, obviously, what more to say about Anders' records? The artwork is just amazing. I've talked about that before. Bambi, Marcellos Ariel. This is actually, I stored this in my jazz collection. I don't know if I should have it on any other place. No, I don't think so. Originally released on his own label in 1981. It's been a while since I played this. This was a VCLT from... shit. Can't remember who I got that from. Chris Basket? I think it was Chris Basket. And then we go to my art ensemble of Chicago records, a Jackson in Your House. Great. I think it was an actual record to start with. And then you have Phase 1, also good. They are wild. This is Nice Guys. I got this in New York when I was there. Can't remember the store's name, but if I see it, I know it's the one. Really good store. I went there maybe 2 times the last time I was there. This is Arsenal, Polish jazz. Pretty good fusion record if I'm not mistaken. Ordered for $1. And then we have Association PC featuring Jerry Steeg, and this is definitely from Chris Basket. I kept the note in the sleeve from him. This is awesome free jazz. Yeah, and then we go into my Albert Eiler collection. This is Eiler's the first recordings that he did in Stockholm with Frippe. This is the Sonnet reissue. I would love to have the one on Bird Notes, but yeah. And this is Vibrations. This is a reissue of I think this was called Ghosts. Next one, Spiritual Unity. Yeah, really good. This is a 72 copy on ESP, if I'm not mistaken. And then Spirits Rejoice. Maybe it's a late 60s now that I think about it. Spirits Rejoice. And I store all my jazz. I tried to store all my jazz in chronological order when it was recorded. So not when it was released, when it was recorded. So all the live sessions when it comes to Miles and Coltrane and stuff like that, I store them. So when I'm listening to it, if I want to listen to it chronologically, I can just start from start to finish, and it is when they recorded it. Next one, Albert Eiler and Greenwich Village. Great cover, great record. Albert Eiler, Don Cherry, On Shikai, Russell Rudd, Eye and Ear Control on ESP also. That was a Japanese press. And then we also have Bells Etched side, Italian bass ESP record. And Newgrass also showed this not too long ago. This is really good. Like, if you're not a free jazz fan, this should be up your alley. If you're a jazz fan, at least. Very soulful. And then I bought this for $1, or I got it. Maybe I got it in a trade or something like that, but very cheaply. But I got it only because it has Don Cherry and Albert Eiler on it. So you have OCDC by Cherry and Third Movement by Cherry, and then Ghosts by Eiler. But there's also Chick Corea and Handy, John Handy Quintet. Okay, so moving on, that was my Idler collection. I also have Alice Babs and Duke Ellington served into Sweden. You could find these for €1 any day of the week in thrift stores back in the day. I don't know, maybe you can still, but Count Basie's. This is a shit copy, but I never played it. I love the cover, classic cover. Count Basie, Satch and Josh, Oscar Peterson, Count Basie, Pablo, pretty good. 1974, late session. Gato Barbieri, Bolivia, on Flying Dutchman. It's been a while since I played that. Can't really remember how it sounds. And then you have Sally by Schall. The Myth. He was in Sweden and recorded a lot of stuff. This was recorded in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, in Stockholm, 1973. And you have Okaita Miss on this and Mafi Falai. So a lot of those guys who recorded in Sweden. This is a really, really good record. Like that sort of Middle Eastern meets Swedish jazz. Gyroscope by the Gordon Beck Trio. Really good also. This is on Morgan Bluetown to start with, I think. So it should be produced by Tony Oxley, Jeff Klein and Gordon Beck. It's been a while since I played this. Don't think I've played it since I got it. George Benson, White Rabbit, a lot of good covers of that one. And George Benson's The King Bad. Bengt Berger and Kjell Westlings spelar. This is awesome. Mina för livet. This is really, really good. If you see this in Sweden, grab it right away. It's really, really good. Sidney Bechet Jazz Classics, and I got this for like $1 each, and this was probably my first Blue Note records. Back in the day, this is 10 years ago, something like that, I saw an ad on Swedish Craigslist, and I was out on a sales meeting, and I know that I cut the sales meeting short to go to this guy's place to check out the jazz records he was selling. And I came home with like this pile for $20 maybe, $25, and these were in there and some other things. Can't really remember what more, but this, I remember these because I was so happy to have Blue Note records for like no money at all. And these are not original copies, but okay, I stored this today actually, but this is a jazz classic. This is Essential, Marcus Belgrave, Gemini 2. Really, 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 really good. Like, seriously good. Yeah, Blakey. A very small Blakey collection. Night at Birdland. This is volume 2. Yeah, I don't have volume 1, fortunately. And then we have the Jazz Messengers Blue Note. This is a new reissue, like 90s, late 90s reissue, I think. Essential Jazz, Essential Jazz. Blakey, see here, Blakey. Big Beat, classic Blakey. Wayne Shorter, Buddy Simmons, Lee Morgan, Jimmy Merritt. And then you have Jazz Night in Tunisia. This is also Essential. Baraka P. Dub's favorite jazz record of all time, if I'm not mistaken. Afro Drummers Ensemble, also really good, but not the best. And this is actually, you can find this pretty cheap. It's a late record in his lifetime. Recorded in '81 in Sweden, Södra Teatern. But actually a really good session. Wanton Marcel is on trumpet, which is kind of cool. playing with Art Blakey. I don't know if he played a lot with Art Blakey, but then it exploded and everything. That I think that nowadays everything that Wayne Marcel says is like canon in the jazz, pop jazz world. Okay, so I don't have much. I've sold some, but Carla Bley and Escalator Over the Hill, essential also in the sort of fusion and free catalog. I think that John McLaughlin is on that one, and duets, pretty good. And then I showed this recently, Improvisi with Paul Bley, and this Paul Bley, John Gilmore, Paul Motion, and Gary Peacock, Turning Point, really good. Recommendation from Anders, if I'm not mistaken, 1975. Great free jazz. Okay, so I have Graham Bond's Solid Bond. This is a compilation of the early stuff with Jack Bruce, Ginger Baker, and John McLaughlin. Also fantastic. This is fantastic. Check this out. Get it. And I also have Holy Magic, Graham Bond. But I have one more with Graham Bond. I'm certain. Maybe I've stored that in the psych department. Then the next one is Book a Little out front. At least top, let's say top 25 of all jazz records, in my opinion. Lester Bowie, Rope-a-Dope, really good. Art Ensemble Guy with Bobo Shaw also on drums. Ruby Braff, Hear Me Talking, not super good. Yeah, this is essential also. Dollar Brands, The Journey. This is really good, especially the second side, if I'm not mistaken, called The Journey. Really good, fantastic record. Last ones. So this is a friend of mine playing bass on this, Emil Brankvist Trio with Max Thunberg on bass. They've also released Within a Dream, and they have just released a record in Germany. And they are like top of the charts. It's insane. They are really popular in Germany. Braxton this time on Actuel, original French press, really good. New York Fall. So I bought a lot of Anthony Braxton because it's pretty cheap, but I've also sold a lot of them afterwards, so I've kept the ones that I really like. 5 pieces, 1975. Yeah, and I have a Randy Breckwith score also. So that's it. That's the first crate out of 8. Yeah, 8 crates. So 18 minutes. But some of the jazz. And have my pop and rock here. So Nick Drake, The Doors, Clapton, Chicago, Nick Cave. But let's, yeah, Nilsson, Petty, all my Petty records, and Lou Reed. So yeah, Scott Walker, Bish Bosch, really good. But let's save that for another time. It's pretty nice to just like press record and then go at it. So yeah, 1 crate of the jazz records. Have a great one. Bye.